Hi, welcome back to episode number 2 in this series about lenses for the Fujifilm X cameras. Today we're going to talk about the XF56mm 1.2 R. I feel like a pirate saying that, don't you? R, it's a great lens, matey. R, must be a pirate cop, eh? All aboard. So, I'm back with another lens, and this time it's the 56mm, the non-APD version, by the way. And I must say, this is a fantastic lens. This is one of my absolute favorites. It's always with me on my commercial assignments. I rarely take it on holidays and stuff like that, but you know, that's just my choice. I go for something a little bit wider. But on commercial jobs, I've used this lens a lot. It has beautiful colors, beautiful contrast, and the sharpness, it's just tack sharp. I mean, this lens, it was born to be shot at 1.2. It's a lens I use, like I said, I use it a lot, and people ask me, why do you choose it? Why do you choose the 56 instead of, for instance, the 50-140 or the 80 or the 90 or whatever? And it's several reasons for choosing this lens. It's one of them is it's about the look of the image. This is a slightly longer lens than the 35. You remember me talking about the 35, that I used it for pretty much anything. Since this is a longer lens, it's a little bit more specialized. I use this to get the compression that longer lenses give you. And sometimes I prefer the compression the 56 gives me over for instance, the 90, which is a much longer lens. And sometimes I prefer the look of the 90. So it's often about the look, you know. Does it suit my subject, whether it be a person or some industrial things or whatever? It has to suit the look I'm after. That's one of the factors. Another factor is the distance, the available distance between me, where I'm standing with my camera, and my subject. If there's not always room for the 90, and I'll be honest and say that I really do love the 90 lens, and I often choose the 90. But if I haven't got the space to use the 90, I choose the 56mm, and I'm it's not like I'm unhappy. It's not the second best choice. It's an extremely good choice, the 56. So, but that factor is also one of the what I'm thinking about when I'm standing there. I'm gonna choose a lens to shoot with, and then of course there's the aperture. The 56 has a 1.2 aperture. So if I'm in situations where my light levels are, needs the extra light, I'll use this lens. So several factors that makes me that ticks around in my head when I'm choosing lenses. And people ask me, what do you choose to use it for? And mainly for portraits and lifestyle and fashion. But I also use it a lot for industrial subjects where I need to, get that compression effect and isolate one thing in the picture and throw everything else out of focus, and kind of like it helps me frame the image the way I want through a 56mm point of view instead of, for instance, a 35 or a 23 or the 90. And I also like to shoot nature and landscapes. And I often use it together with either both of these extension rings from Fujifilm or one of them. Rings that, kind of like no glass in here. So they're not magnifying the picture like many seem to think. They only act as spacers between the camera and the lenses, so you can physically get closer to what you're shooting. So and I often use that to pick out details. So I always carry these with me on commercial jobs as well, to put on a lens. And the 56 is one of the favorite lenses for using these rings with. And if I should say something about the the lens itself. I'm so happy with the focusing ring. It's kind of like almost like the perfect focusing ring. It's so dampened, so nice, so smooth, extremely good. The aperture ring, however, is way too loose, just like on the 35mm. And well, another thing is the autofocus speed and also the accuracy, at least when the light levels gets a bit lower. But it's a heavy lens with heavy glass, and it takes some power to move it around. But having said that, Fujifilm haven't had or offered us any firmware upgrades to this lens at all. I hope Fujifilm puts their great heads together and do some clever reprogramming of the firmware, and maybe they could try to pull out some extra power and precision of this lens and make it a little bit faster and a little bit more precise through an upgrade. So please, Fujifilm, could you have a look at it at least? Maybe. Well, great lens. You've seen a lot of images from it. I'll be back with another video. I'm not sure which lens that'll gonna be yet, but I hope you enjoy this series. I hope you follow me, and follow me on Instagram as well if you like the stuff I'm posting there. So maybe we'll get in touch, and if you have any questions, feel free to ask them in the comment field below. And until next time, have a great day. Bye.